Oh my God, I feel like Sally Field. I don't know, does this mean I have to start selling Boniva on the evening news? I tell you, for the first time in years, I feel kind of comfortable being here because I'm retired from the damn contemporaries and therefore I don't have an official job, whether it be filling gold and black balloons or doing the year in review yet again or doing something facetious at Strings with Slides. You know, when I was a little bitty boy, a very young age, a small tyke, I was lucky enough to have a certain amount of talent, a certain amount of skill, and a certain amount of something that set me aside from the other kids in my little school in my little town in Wisconsin. And my mom, being a very sensible, exemplary Midwestern woman of Scandinavian descent, noticed this, and she said to me, "Bill, you're really smart. You test well. You seem to have a lot of talent. I'm sorry to say life is going to be very, very hard for you." This is kind of the Midwestern style of compliments. And I wasn't sure what to make of that, but now that many, many years have passed, I realize that there's a certain amount of truth to what she said, in that my mother and her wisdom was right to a degree. Because during the course of pursuing this rather absurd idea of being an artist and making these things that don't have exact value in society, I realized that I forgot to do a lot of the normal things that most Americans do in life. For example, I never joined a sports team. I never had teammates where I went, "Yo! Fucking A!" I never went hunting. I never went fishing. I never played golf, and I never really did much gambling. I also forgot to buy a home. It was just one of those things that never crossed my mind. Buy a house? What? I mean, ours, huh? I mean, I didn't get my first car till I was 35 because I thought somehow buying a car would constitute selling out my artistic integrity. Okay, there's a minor mistake there. I could have maybe got $200 for a junky car. I also forgot to have a family. Another thing that didn't cross my mind. I didn't even think about having children out of wedlock. Duh. And as you probably well know, I didn't even manage to get married for the first time until I was nearly 56 years old. And in a way, the people of Colorado, a lot of the people of Colorado, but especially most of you in this room, were really complicit in fulfilling my late mother's, I should say, prediction. Now, I lived in Colorado virtually my entire adult life. In fact, 48 hours after graduating from college, I was in Colorado and hadn't basically left. And not once, not one single time did anybody in Colorado come up to me and say, "Hey, buddy, dude, you know this art thing? Why don't you give this shit up? I mean, come on. You're getting older. Do something stable. Do something with your life. Plan for the future. You know, get a kind of career with benefits and retirement, you know? Raise a family. Do the things that normal Coloradoans do. I mean, go out and bag some 14ers, for Christ's sake. Get yourself a bunch of Broncos season tickets." But I never got around to that, and basically, it's because everybody I met in Colorado encouraged me and repeatedly told me to continue in this crazy pursuit of being an artist and making these things. I mean, for Christ's sakes, people. I mean, I was encouraged everywhere I went, and a lot of you didn't just encourage me, but you actually helped me out. You were generous. Occasionally you'd give me jobs. You'd buy my work, even the early half-ass stuff, or maybe even the later half-ass stuff. I mean, basically, you made it possible for me to be kind of a adolescent, a bad boy, my entire adult life. I mean, it's crazy. So I think in a way, all of you are involved in this prophecy of my mother. You're all responsible. You're almost, I hate to use the word, but you're guilty, okay? You're guilty in fulfilling this prophecy that my mother had of creating a very, very hard life for me. And I gotta say, for this, I am astonishingly grateful. Of course, my mom, you know, she didn't realize that this crazy hard life would also be so terribly gratifying and would be insanely fulfilling again and again and again, and just crazy, crazy, crazy amounts of fun. And that, you know, as I approach, or perhaps you don't have to tell me, but perhaps I am in the throes of senior citizenship already, it actually gets more and more fun every single day. And again, I blame all of you for that as well. So, thanks a lot. There's a little light flashing there. I have a few other things to do here. I'm not sure if the band's playing yet, or one of the Kardashians will take me off the stage. But so I would like to take a minute to thank a few folks, you know, that have been involved in my life in Colorado and in the arts. Now, I'm not going to have time to mention you all, and if I don't mention you, be thankful. It's proof that there is actually a God. Then it's fun being up here when I don't have to work. Okay, first of all, I'd like to thank my parents for buying me a slate when I was 3 years old, and basically allowing me to draw uninterrupted at that little slate for about 5 years straight. They fed me, and I appreciate them for that. I'd also like to thank my classmates at Stoughton High School in Wisconsin for electing me prom king as a joke, because I'd never been on a date, and I appreciate that because it caused me enough pain, suffering, and anxiety that I felt that, yes, I truly could be a suffering artist. And I guess I should thank the mountains, those geological things to the west, because people from other parts of the country initially come here basically for them. I also want to thank Jim Robichon for his Blue Door 2 gallery out in, I think it was Aurora, it might have been Denver, but they basically gave me my first post-college kudos. I won some awards in the annual Humor of Art shows that were held in 1978 and 1979. And it was great. I remember getting to the openings was so hard because it was in the strip mall, but you had to take wagons on a dirt road to get to the strip mall. I mean, that was when Denver was really Denver. I also want to thank the city and the people of Fort Collins because I lived there throughout the 80s, and it was amazing. They allowed me to try virtually anything and everything. I got to teach at a university.